Have you ever been scrolling TikTok, Instagram Reels, or YouTube Shorts and noticed clips of a streamer or some other person talking with some game in the background? What game was it? Chances are that it wasn't the game they were actually playing, but a not so randomly chosen one by the video creator. The question is, why did they choose that game? That's what I want to look into in this video. So, what are satisfying games? When I say satisfying games, I refer to the games in the background of TikTok, Instagram Reels, or YouTube Shorts videos, most notably Subway Surfers, GTA 5, Counter-Strike Surfing, and Trackmania Press Forward maps, but it definitely includes more games than that. What makes exactly these games so special? My answer would be expression of skill. But at the same time, it has to be visually appealing and easy to understand. It's sort of a mix, like when you're playing an FPS game and you hit that perfect headshot, or that perfect combo that feels so satisfying. It's just that in these games, the expression of skill is naturally easy to watch and understand without actually knowing the game. But that can't be all of it, right? After all, this GTA footage of cars falling down ramps are not impressive at all, so why are they included? Well, to be honest, I have no clue. Usually, the easy to understand nature of these games and their expression of skill together with no downtime in the game makes it very pleasing to watch. Therefore, the name I have given to this genre, satisfying games. But there are these exceptions that I can't quite get to understand. Maybe it's the expectation of it having to be satisfying, precise and perfect that makes this subversion more interesting? I'm not quite sure. Feel free to type your ideas in the comment section because I genuinely don't have a concrete explanation for this. But why are exactly these games being revitalized now? TikTok, a popular social media platform known for its short-form video content, has emerged as a hub for satisfying games to thrive on. These games were very popular before, so how has TikTok, out of all things, brought them back? In my humble opinion, there is a simple explanation. TikTok, as a short-form content platform, only gives you so much time for your video. That means that there is no time for explanations of complex topics or games to new viewers. The content needs to be understood immediately, therefore it needs to be simple to grasp just with one glance. And so, with the lack of substance on TikTok, the rise of fast food content has been driven to the heights never seen before, creating a demand for these easy-to-grasp games that keep the viewer engaged throughout the video. With attention spans dropping to new lows every year, this has become a must for content creators focusing on shorter content. It is undeniable that TikTok has had a positive impact as well, giving exposure to talented content creators who wouldn't be able to break through otherwise. As an example, I am here with Hiku, the TikTok Genji legend, the cleanest Genji player in EU. I was just watching your recent video, so tell me, how are your clips so satisfying to watch?
Well, my clips are usually collected from the OBS with the highest settings possible, but mostly they are in 1080p because I don't have a 144p monitor. And usually because I used to dual streaming for PC, I mean a dual PC for streaming. I have like saturation really turned on my second monitor, and I have a device capture, and that's why my color are like very colorful, unlike other streamers or other clips that people make on YouTube and TikTok and stuff. Maybe that's why.
Also, your Genji skill definitely helps.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I guess after like a a lot of hours putting into the game. I know what looks good, even though like it's not really good at that moment, but like in the video it could look good. For example, when you like dash right click headshot someone and you ult, but you even though when you blade and you got no one, you can use that as a transition key to another blade, if that makes sense. So it makes like the video more smoothly.
Mm-hmm. What about your experience with TikTok? What made you start creating on there, and how did it help you to get your content out there?
So first of all, I think I started as a Valorant TikTok just in case Overwatch dies and I can move easier to Valorant. But then I realized when Overwatch 2 got out, I made a TikTok about my skins, and I realized that no one has ever like really talk about this skin, and it was the Illidan Genji. It was super rare, and a lot of people were saying, "Oh, what is that skin?" And so I made a TikTok, and it eventually blew up because people were so surprised of how many skins I had because I was owning every single Genji skin. And during that time, you cannot buy for the Overwatch old currency anymore. So you actually had to buy an in-game purchase for real money in order for you to get that skin. And a lot of people were saying like, I guess they were like curious like how much money have I spent in this game, even though I spent like zero, and most of them are just from the shop whenever there was like an event or something. And eventually I post TikToks, and that's how I started like my first blow up. So when you blow up, just one TikTok, if another TikTok from you is gonna blow up more, and that's how you're gonna create a community, and that's how it goes. Yeah, but like I think I gradually lost the interest of making TikToks over time, even though I shouldn't, because in TikTok, even if you have a 1 million views or something like that, I'm not sure if there's any monetization part. So it means that even if your videos has like 5 million views or something like that, and you are from Czech Republic, or you're from in different country, you don't really get much money from it. Like whereas some people who are from US or any different country that support this, maybe they can get actually some kind of monetization. But I think mostly people use TikTok for creating a community, growing themselves, and I don't think they should use it as like a main platform when it comes to like income source as a content creator, in my opinion.
Yeah, I've heard that even people in the US make like literal pennies.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you think you would still be in the position you're in right now if TikTok didn't exist?
50-50, because I think the really point when I blew up like on YouTube in some certain ways, because I did the Illidan Genji skin on TikTok, right? And a lot of people were saying, "Oh, about the skin," and then I realized on YouTube there aren't any as much skins about it. And during that time, Overwatch 2 was launched, so the game became quite popular and it became free to play, right? I made a video on YouTube, and it eventually got more attraction, like 300,000 views. And I made another one, and that's how I really built my YouTube. And I felt like that was like way better to make the long-term content rather than short one. Because in this generation, people have like really short attention spam.
Yeah.
Yeah, really like a short attention spam, and they don't tend to watch like longer duration videos. And if I get like consistent views, I think on YouTube, if you make a community, you get more consistent views and consistent viewer base rather than on TikTok, in my opinion.
Obviously, there are many people criticizing TikTok for many different reasons, but what is your opinion on this? Do you view TikTok as more of a positive or a negative thing?
I think TikTok is like a double-edged sword. It is good for growing community, but at the end of the day, if you cannot control yourself and you're watching TikTok, which can also resulting in taking away from your time like a lot, and you're not doing what you are supposed to do, for example. And apart from that, I think TikTok community, it's very, Gen Z, so very young, like a lot of young people are around there. Some certain times people are not going to be really nice in the comments, and even though if they are being like just trolling, but I think it's just like some of the comments are quite questionable. But I think for me at least, if it comes to content creation and there's an option for me to grow, I wouldn't ignore it, regardless, like even if it's like insanely bad. But if it's an opportunity for me to grow, then I think it's still worth it to go to. But I'm just not gonna give it like 100% or 200% into doing it, if that makes sense.
I definitely agree with that.
Yeah.
All right, thank you for stopping by and sharing your perspective. Love to have you on here, and good luck with content creation stuff. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Taking this place.
No problem. This was a top 500 Overwatch 2 TikTok Genji Hiku. His socials are on the screen right now, so go give him a follow. He definitely deserves it. Looking ahead, it is likely that the trend of satisfying games on TikTok will continue to grow and evolve as our attention spans get shorter and shorter. It is a natural evolution in the gaming and entertainment industry, and the game developers who get on top of this trend the fastest will benefit the most.